You're smart. You see patterns. You solve problems. You understand people. And somehow, you keep ending up with the same type of person, the one who takes, who manipulates, who leaves you questioning your own reality. It's not random. Your intelligence isn't protecting you. It's making you a target, because toxic people don't look for weak victims. They look for strong ones, smart ones, people worth the effort of breaking down. Tonight, we're exposing the pattern, 5 hidden reasons why intelligence becomes a magnet for toxicity. By the end, you'll understand why your smartest trait became your biggest vulnerability. And more importantly, how to break the cycle. Ready? Let's go. Reason 1. You over-explain their behavior. This is where it starts. A toxic person does something cruel, something that should end the relationship. But you're smart, so you explain it. They had a rough childhood. They're stressed. They don't know how to express emotion. Deep down, they're scared. All true, all accurate, all completely irrelevant to whether you should stay. Picture this. They yell at you in public, humiliate you in front of friends. A less intelligent person thinks, that's unacceptable. I'm done. You think their parent was critical. They're projecting their shame. If I can just show them they're safe. And now you're in a psychology project, not a relationship. The mechanism. Your intelligence lets you understand why people act the way they do. But understanding doesn't mean accepting. Toxic people know this. They don't need to change, because you'll explain their behavior for them. If you've ever defended someone who hurt you, this is why. Your intelligence became their shield. Reason 2. You believe you can fix them. Smart people solve problems. That's what you do. At work, in life, in your head at 3 a.m. So when you meet someone broken, your brain sees a puzzle, not a person, a puzzle. Picture this. They tell you their ex was crazy. Their family doesn't understand them. Every past relationship failed because the other person couldn't handle them. Red flags everywhere. But you think, I'm different. I'm smart enough to see what they need, patient enough to help them heal. 6 months later, you're exhausted. They haven't changed. And now you're the crazy ex they tell the next person about. The truth, toxic people don't want to be fixed. They want someone smart enough to tolerate them. Someone who'll stay while they figure out if they want to change. And smart people stay the longest because quitting feels like failure. Reason 3. You ignore your body's warnings. Here's the paradox. You're intelligent, so you trust your mind. Your body, that's just anxiety, overthinking, irrational fear. Wrong. Your body knows before your brain does. That gut feeling when they walk in the room. That tightness in your chest when they text. That exhaustion after every conversation. Those aren't symptoms to manage. They're data to trust. Picture this. You're about to see them. Your stomach drops. Your shoulders tense. Your mind says, you're being dramatic. They're not that bad. You're lucky to have someone so interesting. Your body says, danger, danger, danger. Smart people override the body with logic, and toxic people love that. Because by the time your brain catches up, you're already in too deep. If you've ever ignored a gut feeling and regretted it, this is why. Your intelligence dismissed the alarm your body was screaming. If this is hitting different, drop a comment. Which reason cuts deepest so far? And subscribe. We're just getting started. Reason 4. Your empathy becomes their weapon. Smart people often have high empathy. You feel what others feel. You see their pain. You understand their struggle. Toxic people know this. And they use it? Here's how it works. They do something wrong, objectively wrong. Then they cry, or rage, or collapse into victimhood. And your empathy kicks in. Suddenly, you are not angry at them. You're worried about them. They shifted the focus from their behavior to their pain, and you fell for it. Picture this. You confront them about lying. Calmly, with evidence. They don't defend the lie. They break down. I'm so messed up. I don't deserve you. You should leave me. Now you're comforting the person who just betrayed you. The mechanism. Toxic people know that's smart. Empathetic people will prioritize someone else's pain over their own boundaries. Your empathy isn't a flaw, but it becomes one when you empathize with someone who uses it to avoid accountability. If you've ever comforted someone who hurt you, this is the pattern. Reason 5. You mistake intensity for depth. Smart people crave depth. Small talk bores you. Surface-level connections feel empty. You want someone who thinks, who feels, who sees the world the way you do. And toxic people know how to fake that. They mirror your depth, your interests, your pain. I've never met anyone who understands me like you do. You're the only person I can talk to about this. We're so connected. It's like we've known each other forever. It feels like fate, like finding your person. It's not. It's called love bombing, and smart people fall for it harder than anyone. Picture this. First date. They ask deep questions. They listen intensely. They share vulnerable stories that match yours exactly. You think, finally, someone real. 3 months later, the depth is gone. The intensity was an act, and you're left wondering who you actually fell for. The cost? Smart people mistake intensity for intimacy. We think emotional extremes equal emotional depth. They don't. Depth takes time. Intensity can be manufactured in a weekend. If you've ever felt tricked by someone who seemed perfect at first, this is how they did it. If this is making you rethink everything, hit the like button and stay with me. We're going into the body next. Because attracting toxic people isn't just psychological, it's physiological. Your nervous system has been trained, and it's recognizing the wrong signals as home. Here's what happens when a toxic person enters your life. Your chest, a flutter, excitement, anxiety. You can't tell the difference because they feel the same. This is adrenaline. Your body is activated, and you've learned to interpret activation as attraction. Your gut, that tight, uncertain feeling. You rationalize it as butterflies. It's not. It's your body saying something's wrong. But you were taught that healthy relationships are boring. So you chase the feeling that feels dangerous. Your nervous system, it craves what's familiar. If chaos was your childhood, calm feels wrong, unsafe, like waiting for the other shoe to drop. So you're drawn to people who recreate that chaos, not because you want it, because your body recognizes it as normal. What to do? Not therapy, not pathology, just awareness. Next time you feel drawn to someone, pause. Ask yourself, is this attraction or is this activation? Is this chemistry or is this my trauma recognizing itself in someone else? The body doesn't lie, but it does confuse danger with excitement if that's all it's ever known. Here's the truth. Smart people don't attract toxic people because they're naive. They attract toxic people because they're optimists. You believe people can change. That understanding leads to healing, that your intelligence can solve what someone else's cruelty created. None of that is stupidity. It's hope. But hope without boundaries is just fuel for people who burn everything they touch. Here's how you break the cycle. First, Stop explaining their behavior. Understanding why someone hurts you doesn't mean you should stay while they do it. Second, accept that you can't fix people. You can support someone who's fixing themselves. You cannot fix someone who isn't trying. Third, trust your body before your brain. If your gut says run, run. Your intelligence can rationalize staying. Your body can't lie about what it feels. Fourth, protect your empathy. Feel for people. Don't absorb their pain as your responsibility. Empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. Fifth, learn the difference between intensity and depth. Depth is consistent. Intensity burns out. You're not broken for attracting toxic people. You're a smart person in a world where smart people are valuable targets. But now you know the pattern, and knowing is the first step to breaking it. Your intelligence is not a flaw. Your empathy is not a weakness. Your hope is not stupidity. But in the hands of toxic people, all three become weapons they use against you. The difference between a smart person who stays and a smart person who leaves isn't intelligence. It's boundaries. You can be brilliant and still know when to walk away. You can understand someone completely and still refuse to tolerate them. You deserve someone who doesn't need to be explained, who doesn't need to be fixed, who doesn't trigger your body's alarm system every time they text. You deserve depth that's real, not intensity that fades. And that starts with recognizing that attracting toxic people isn't a flaw in your character. It's a pattern in your selection. Patterns can be broken, starting now. If this hits something in you, subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comments which part cut the deepest. Also, are you the smart person who keeps attracting toxic people? Or have you broken the cycle? Let me know. Let's build something real here.